Hey, Tommy the Realtor here. I very much so look forward to working with you and helping you on your home search journey. But before we meet, I got three very important things that we do need to discuss before we meet. Don't worry, there's going to be a quiz at the end of this video. Just kidding, there's not actually going to be a quiz. Now, first things first is we need to talk about the housing market. Now, as you know, the housing market's a little bit chaotic right now, and things are constantly changing almost on a daily basis. So in about 2 minutes, I'm going to be sending you an email with a current real estate video on the housing market so you can familiarize yourself with what's going on in the housing market and what you need to do to prepare yourself and whether or not it is a good time to buy or not. The second thing we need to go over is how buying a house works. Now, I know it's common for people to think of realtors as overpaid door openers, and admittedly, some of us are overpaid door openers, but opening doors and showing houses is really only about 2% of what realtors do. The other 98% of the time, we are providing legal representation in the sale of real estate either to the buyer or the seller. This usually includes things like navigating contract law, complex negotiations, escrow, appraisals, inspections, and other hurdles that may come up along the way, like protecting our clients from either the buyer or the seller trying to pull a fast one on you by, say, replacing the $4,000 refrigerator with a cheap $1,000 one, which, yes, just happened to one of my clients last week. But you don't need to be worrying about that because I'm going to be taking care of all the complicated stuff for you. All we need to do is talk about your home goals and come up with a plan for achieving them. And then, of course, I'll then advise you on all the complicated stuff that comes up along the way as we move forward with helping you buy a house. The last thing we need to talk about is what it's like working with me. In order to provide my clients the highest possible service, I can really only work with about 5 or 6 clients at a time, which means if you're watching this video, I probably have 1 or 2 spots available. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video because I wouldn't have any spots available. All I ask is that if you do decide to work with a different realtor, that you let me know so I can spend more of my time helping my other clients. Now, of course, if we do work together, you're welcome to call or text me or email me anytime you like. Just note that if it's after business hours, I might not get back to you until the next business day, just because if it's not urgent, I gotta spend time with my wife and my family. But if it is urgent, I will get back to you immediately. But that said, please don't feel like you can't message me or email me or call me anytime you like. Also, when we work together, I'm happy to show you any houses that are for sale, whether they're on market or off market. And of course, when we do make offers on houses, I will provide full home value reports so you know the true value of the house. Note, they take me a couple hours to make, so I'm not gonna make them for every house that we look at. But when you do decide to make an offer on a house, I will make you that full report so we know that we're not overpaying on any houses that we're making offers on. And of course, I'll help you through the whole negotiation, offer writing process. I'll basically just do all the work for you. And yes, that includes things like inspections, appraisals, escrow, and all those things, as well as all the other complicated things that we talked about earlier. Lastly, before we start looking at houses and officially working together, Washington State requires me to give you this pamphlet on the law of real estate agency, as well as a real estate agency agreement to sign. Basically, what it says is I'm going to be your realtor, that I'm going to be helping you buy a house, that I'm legally required to have your best interest at heart, that'll represent you in the real estate transaction and not the seller, that'll keep anything you tell me confidential, and of course disclose all material facts, like whether the roof is leaking or something like that, and provide expert legal recommendations. Of course, if you have any questions about this, I'm happy to talk to you about it when we meet in person. With that said, I look forward to working with you. You should also have that real estate market video update in your inbox right now. Otherwise, my name's Tommy Mutchler. I look forward to meeting with you and helping you find your next home.